What is up, Alpha Squadron? Welcome to the Batman and Robin presentation. My name is Alpha Lizardman. I've constructed this PowerPoint with many pictures and two videos of some of the stupidest moments, in my opinion, from this film, and I'm gonna go over them. Yeah, that's about it. Starting off, we got Mr. Freeze. His suit is powered by diamonds for some reason. One thing I'll say is I'm not too deep into Batman lore. Never read a comic book in my life, pretty much. Well, a Batman related comic book, that is. Not seen too much, but what I will say is that's kind of stupid. Why diamonds? I don't know. Like DC, Superman has kryptonite, a fictional material. So why can't Mr. Freeze have a fictional crystal that powers his suit that, would make sense because it's from a different planet or something? I don't know, but it's diamonds. So that's a bit stupid. Also, I know it's a movie and movies always, kind of gotta exaggerate things, but this diamond right here, it's kind of bigger than the biggest diamond in our world, in the human actual world. So, I mean, it doesn't look that big in this picture, but it feels like a whole human's hand. This is just a weird angle, I guess. So, the most expensive diamond in the world from my research goes for like 400 million. 400 million, yeah, that's pretty cheap. So in this movie, you got this diamond that's bigger than the biggest and most expensive diamond. So in theory, this diamond right here should be worth more than $400 million, and it's just chilling in a little glass pyramid box thing. That's good enough security for that artifact right there, that little jewel. Over 400 million. That's, if it gets stolen, doesn't really matter anyway. So just put it in there. Yeah, you'll be fine. Too quick, too easy. Let's go. Then Mr. Freeze trying to steal this, and Batman and Robin pull up. Whole fight thing. A lot of stupid stuff went on, but I'm not going to talk about that because if I talk about everything, would be here longer than I'm already going to be here. So Mr. Freeze, has a spaceship there out of nowhere. He just hops in his freaking spaceship or whatever for no reason. I don't. Okay, what's going on? I don't know. Then Batman's in there. Robin gets in there, fighting and stuff. Mr. Freeze makes his escape. He jumps out. He has a glider salute. Salute. Did I say salute? Salute. He has a guy. He has a guy. He has a glider suit for some reason. Never seen Mr. Freeze have anything like this anywhere else. I looked up Mr. Freeze glider or glider suit and couldn't find pretty much anything other than a few pictures from this movie. So that's, I mean, maybe, I don't know where he got that from, but he has a glider suit. Kind of interesting. Here's a banger. So the spaceship or the capsule, I don't really know what it is, like a rocket of some kind. They're inside, and if they're saying this capsule, if it explodes, it'll slaughter thousands. That's not very good. Probably make sure it doesn't explode then. We must blow this up before it turns Gotham into a crater. Gotta make sure it doesn't explode. How do we do that? By blowing it up. Yes. Wow, that's smart thinking right there. So, I don't know, Batman attaches a little tiny bat bomb thing and that has a timed explosion, and when it blows up, it like completely disintegrates the whole rocket somehow. Don't really know what that was about, but that was a fun part. But obviously before it exploded. They had to get out. So they like break the door open and the freaking, I don't know what happened. Like they kind of just broke the door, and as they got out, they had like these Silver Surfer boards. I don't know if the boards were like part of the door or something, but they kind of just had like these Silver Surfer type boards out of nowhere and start riding on them. They don't fly, so I don't know why, you're falling from the sky. Ah, gotta get on this surfboard with the all right. So they get on these for some reason. Don't know what's going on there. So eventually, yeah, they're on the ground chasing Mr. Freeze, fighting Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze ends up freezing Robin, then throwing him or pushing him or whatever into this body of water, the little tub thing. Don't really know what it is anyway. So as you can see, it's pretty foggy water or whatever it is. Can't really see in there. So Batman is shooting a laser into something he can't see, and Robin is in there. Makes sense. Like Batman has to heat the water to thaw out Robin, and to do that he just shoots blindly into the space where Robin is is in. All right, might as well shoot a laser at your friend potentially without seeing. Good call. I respect it. Respect the grind. All right, now we gotta change of scenery. Now we are different scene, different people, different everything. We're in a jungle, in a lab, and there's a scientist who's got like a superhuman serum, like Captain America type beat super soldier. I think they actually say super soldier, and I don't know. So he creates Bane, and Bane in this movie is like kind of like Hulk from the first Avengers, I'd say. Bane he's pretty much a caveman brain. Don't really, yeah, that's a good explanation. He can say a few words every now and then, but he's pretty much a caveman. And for some reason he's green. So pretty much the Hulk before the Hulk got smart. Bane is stupid, strong, and green. Bane as a character, from my knowledge, has been like a smart dude, but nah, he's an idiot in this movie. That's nice. Move on. This I just got because thought it looked like kind of a good meme format. Feel free to use this on a r/r/slash night beast if you want. Use, I don't know. So yeah, the scientist, now he's talking to his assistant Pamela, saying, well, you wanna try and conquer the world with me or whatever. She's like, nah. So then he pushes her over, throws chemicals on her. A lot of stuff happened in between this, I think, but it doesn't really matter. It might matter. I don't remember what happened, but I'm not explaining everything that happened. I'm just gonna explain these moments. So she turns into Poison Ivy and kills Scientist Man. Makes sense. But then second thing she does, she starts burning down her lab, her plant research lab filled with plants and, research to help save plants and stuff. She starts burning it down for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Don't know how that's very Poison Ivy like to just burn down everything you've done, and you're killing plants and resources to help plants. Don't know what that was about, but all right. Yes. This was a banger scene right here. So Mr. Freeze is watching Snow Miser, the Snow Miser song on his TV. I was pretty happy to see that and was not expecting that at all. I was like, yo, that Snow Miser playing. That's lit. What's going on? Anyways, Mr. Freeze is freaking like trying to conduct his henchmen to sing for some reason. Don't know what is going on there, but that was a great moment. Good. Gotta give props where props are due. That was beautiful moment right there. Got this girl for who is she? I don't know, man. She just came up to Mr. Freeze, started flirting with him. She was kind of trying to suck his popsicle or something. I don't know. She didn't say exactly that, but similar things, I would say. Anyway, Mr. Freeze, he ain't having it. He doesn't want that because he's got his wife that he's trying to cure But so yeah, he's not having that. But why is this girl there? You know, if Mr. Freeze he's obviously the boss, so why would he have this girl that he's not into? Why is she there in the first place? Like, why? You know, get rid of her or something. Like, what's the purpose? He's not into other women, so who is she? Why is she there? I don't know. That just kind of confused me, really. All right, new point in the story. I don't know. Alfred, who was this one. Oh, this one, I can't see my cursor on my screen, but I have to look at my OBS to see the cursor. I don't know why I can see it on there, but not on the main screen. That's a bit weird. So yeah, Alfred, his niece comes to visit. His niece, who he believes to be in college, visiting him. Then they're at his desk, and she notices this picture. This is her mother and his. It doesn't say what his relationship to her is. Is it his sister, his sister-in-law? I'm not really too sure. Doesn't really explain. But the picture that his sister sent to him is like, love, Peg. That's a kind of like, why your siblings sending pictures to you? I don't really know, but that's also another thing. Her name is Margaret, but Alfred's nickname for her is Peg. Freaking Peg. I don't know where that came from. Like, okay, is there something I should know? I don't know, but why does the daughter not know the nickname? I don't know. That's a bit weird. Like, she didn't know about this Peg nickname, but this part was just really confusing. Also, Alfred's looking for his brother, not her father, but her uncle, he said. So, which kind of just confused me even more. I was like, I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on. So Batman, or Bruce Wayne, hosted, you know, an auction for diamonds to try and lure Mr. Freeze, and Poison Ivy ends up showing up, and she uses her, well, she's got like this dust she blows, and it makes people attracted to her, makes them sort of mind controlled, you know. And she goes up, everyone's all bedazzled because she got them under her control, and she auctions off herself. She's like, I'll let you buy a night with me. I don't know what that was about. Why is she trying to make money? If so, can she not just ask for money in the first place? I'm sure if she just said, give me money, people would oblige. Nah, she's holding an auction for herself. I don't know what that was about. It was kind of weird. Then Mr. Freeze pulls up as expected. Poison Ivy tries to blow the dust at him, and he's like, pheromone dust. My cold blood makes me immune. or what, or something. Of course, pheromone dust. He knows what that is. It's like this new thing no one's ever seen before, in as far as I'm concerned. You know, Poison Ivy this is, you know, her origin, like, but he knows what pheromone dust is. All right, makes sense. Got our first video. I can't play a video on the PowerPoint, so I'm just gonna edit it in and then give my thoughts. Alright, so basically, Mr. Freeze, Batman, Robin had a whole huge fight thing, whole giant chase. This is the ending. I don't know. He just pops in to the car, freaking ties him up 2 seconds. Don't know what that was about. When I saw that, I'm just like, what is that? That was stupid. I don't know what that was about. I like, it's not the worst thing, but it was just stupid. So I decided to throw that in there. This isn't too stupid, but I just put it in for more context. There's actually a lot of context you need to explain this kind of whatever. I'll just go for it. Barbara, the girl, Alfred's niece, kept going out using their motorcycles in secret, so Robin followed. She was apparently doing street races. Then there was a whole thing. Anyways, they're back here now, and she's explaining how she got kicked out of her college, so she's not actually in college. She got kicked out for street racing. Don't know how the college knew about the street racing. They don't go any further into depth, but she got kicked out of school. So that's something. This will come back later, so don't worry about it. All right, second video. Let's give it a whirl.
Great stems, though. Buds, too. Yeah, those are nice. Here we go.
Snore freeze.
Alright, so, Mr. Freeze, well, he was in prison. They thought he got broken out, but that's a whole... He got broken out by Poison Ivy, but I didn't really show anything at that time, so kind of just gotta explain it. Anyways, well, not meanwhile, but Batman, Robin, police are at his hideout. Then Batman just walks into this room. He's like, oh, here we are. Immediately knows where the secret entrance is. Like, I was like, okay, what? And was expecting Robin to say, like, I don't know, hey, how'd you know it was there or something. I was expecting a little bit of dialogue about that. Nah, he's like, here we are, opens it up, and what is that? There was just no context there. Like, what's going on? How's he? All right, so I mentioned how Mr. Freeze got broken out by Poison Ivy and Bane. Bane was there, but Bane, I don't think we're gonna talk about him again. He's not too important. So Poison Ivy ended up unplugging the thing that is preserving Mr. Freeze's wife while he tries to find the cure. I don't know why she did that. She didn't want competition or something. She just did that, and then told Mr. Freeze that it was Batman. So Mr. Freeze obviously wants revenge on Batman. Then that's where Poison Ivy comes in and's like, hey man, listen here. Batman, of course, you gotta get revenge on him, but as well, just get revenge on the whole world, the human race, everyone. Hear me out, good idea, right? He's like, yes, if I'm suffering, humanity will suffer with me. He's down to try and kill everyone as well. So they're now trying to take out the whole world, starting with Gotham, just like that, because one person killed his wife allegedly when he didn't actually. But that was great. Another little thing we got here. So it turns out Alfred is sick, and Alfred just happens to have the same disease that Mr. Freeze's wife has. Alfred has a lower stage, whatever that means, has a less serious case of it, but they just happen to have the exact same thing that, like, no one's ever heard of before or something. Alright, like, well, I don't know. Also, I didn't put a picture of this, but Alfred had mentioned that he had already seen the world's best doctors, but then some dude walks in and just diagnoses him. I don't know what that was about. Some dude who, I don't think they even explained who he was, but he just diagnosed them when the world's best doctors couldn't do it. I don't know what that was about. Alright, so this is a good one right here. Alfred, he's essentially on his deathbed here as far as we're concerned. Like, he's dying. There's no known cure at the moment. He's not doing too hot. So he makes this disc thing puts it in a box. Then he goes to his niece Barbara and tells her, please try your best to get this to my brother. Make sure you only trust this with family, and make sure that you never open it. All right, we got that? Never open it. Barbara goes in the next room and opens it. She's like, oh, well, I'm family, so only trust it with family. I'll open it, you know? just freaking immediately, pretty much. So, wow. You know, it's pretty much like essentially his dying wish. He tells her not to open it. She's like, nah, I'm gonna open it. Freaking amazing Spider-Man type beat. Someone with their dying wish tells you not to do something, then you just do it anyway. All right, moving on. So she opens it, finds the disc or whatever, and it's protected by password. She tries a few things, then turns out the password is Peg. And Peg. This disc contains, you know, all of Batman's technology, secrets, and information, and who Batman is and everything. It's protected by a 3-letter word, and the 3-letter word is like, you know, his sister, someone he personally knows. You know, that's a strong password. 3-letter word that's one of your family members. No one's ever gonna figure that out. Freaking, you would expect Alfred not to be an idiot and just use like an encrypted password. Nah. Peg, freaking Peg. Wow, that's great, man. Also, just side note, why is it freaking Peg? Why is he like using his sister's name as his password? I don't know. Guess he really loves his sister. That's right. I think his sister's dead. Oh, I skipped ahead. Oh, hold up. His sister, I think they mentioned she died. I don't. Did they? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. All right. Mentioned, you know, the first picture I showed was one diamond that was bigger than the biggest diamond in the world. Now these crystals, they don't actually say they're diamonds, so I guess I'll have to let that slide. But if they were diamonds, now that's at least $3 right there. Anyway, these crystals power the giant telescope in the observatory for some reason. Don't know how crystals are powering anything in the first place, but it kind of just sat there. Don't know how they're powering a telescope when they're like not even really touching it. Whatever. So Mr. Freeze, he's here. He's gonna turn the telescope into a giant freeze gun. All right, that makes sense. Too easy to just convert a telescope into a freeze gun. Makes sense. I don't know. What's going on? Why? Freaking dumb. All right, here we are. So Barbara, she obviously freaking was an idiot for opening the thing. Like, why? Frick you, stupid, dummy. I hate you. Anyways, she goes into the Batcave, and there's a video message. Alfred's like, I expected you to come down here. Like, okay, you told her to never open it, but then, also, he's like, expected you might find your way down here, and he prepared a suit for her. So he made a suit for her, but then he said never open it, but then expected her to come. What's going on? So why? Also, child. Why is she saying child? Is he her father actually, and that's why the picture is there because it's his wife? I don't know. Why would he lie about being an uncle? That doesn't make sense. Just why you would say child. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean his child, but I don't know. Yes. So, alright, first of all, Batman and Robin have this fight because Batman trying to tell Robin that Poison Ivy, she's got these poisonous lips that kill you if you kiss her, and she's got this pheromone dust that mind controls you pretty much. Then Robin's like, nah, you're just mad because she wants me and not you. Like, alright, that's pretty logical thinking. Anyway, Batman talks some sense into him, and they formulate a plan to where Robin's gonna go and fake go along with her and pretend he's into her, and then, you know, they're gonna attack or whatever. So Robin, there's like this, you know, sexual music playing there. They're flirting with each other. Then he goes, is your thumb the only part of you that's green? The fuck does that mean? Is your thumb the only part of you that's green? What does that mean? That's some real dirty talk right there. The only thing I can think of to where this sort of makes sense is because, like, when you have a green thumb, that sort of means you're good with plants, you know? So maybe, like, I don't know, a different part of her being green means a different part of her is good with plants, like, you know, an eggplant per se. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of to make this sentence make sense. But I had to think about that, so I don't know in the moment how that would be something you would say. Her response was like, you'll have to find out. So she knows what this means. What does it mean? I don't know. Leave your comments of what you think this means is. Anyways, their plan to take her out doesn't exactly work. She 2v1s Batman and Robin pretty much. But luckily, Batgirl, aka Barbara, who was never done this before as far as anyone's concerned, you know, she just takes out Poison Ivy alone, you know? The one that hasn't ever done this before can take Poison Ivy out, but not Batman and Robin together. Seems legit. Also, when she finally beats Poison Ivy, she pushes her onto the plant that, well, you can't see it here, but the plant that Poison Ivy was sitting on before, that's like her throne. She pushes her onto that and the plant like swallows her or something. That just doesn't really make sense, you know? Poison Ivy controls the plants. Why is the plant eating her? I don't know. This is the last we see of Poison Ivy for a while. I think she gets taken to jail. We don't see that, but we'll see her again. After their victory, they obviously introduce each other. You know, she's like, I'm Batgirl. It's me, Barbara, you know. And they're like, all right, we'll allow it. Let's go. Let's all work together real quick. They barely even discuss it. They're like, all right, let's go. You know, you'd think they'd be a bit more hesitant to recruiting someone that's never done this before. But nah, they're like, all right, let's go. I mean, I suppose she did take out Poison Ivy on her own, but still, like, I don't know, just kind of, all right, you're in. No questions asked. Let's go. All right. Rosie is a dog. This is also a dog. Just wanted to point that out. Here we go. So Mr. Freeze ends up succeeding with his telescope ice gun, and now Batman, Robin, Batgirl gotta reverse it somehow. So I don't know. They gotta like reflect the sun from satellites or something, but they need to get the satellites aligned or something. And Batman's like, this could work, but we'd need like a computer genius to align the satellites or whatever. Then Robin's like, I'm on it. I'm on it. Then Barbara, she's like, nah, I got this. You know, the girl who got kicked out of her school. She was in school for computers, but she still got kicked out of school. Also, just because you're in, you know, computer science doesn't mean you know how to freaking align a satellite or whatever. Like Batman, he's a pretty smart guy. He doesn't know how to do it though, so why would she know how to? I don't know, man. That was just a little thing. That was a little thing. Here, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Well, not this exact second, but the scene before, or well, yeah, this scene until this exact part in the scene was a pretty good scene. Batman beats Mr. Freeze, but then tells him that he wasn't the one that unplugged Mr. Freeze's wife's thing, and that he actually saved Nora, Mr. Freeze's wife, and she's safe and deserved or whatever, and then asks Mr. Freeze if he can help out Alfred with his condition. So Alfred has the less severe version of what Nora has, and Mr. Freeze, you know, turns over a new leaf. He's like, I'll help you out. The only stupid part is this part right here. He kind of just pulls out the cure out of a compartment in his suit. He just has it on him. He's like, here you go. Why does he just have it on him? Just makes sense. I don't know. Makes sense, you know? But the scene was good up until then, so credit there. And I think, yeah, this is unfortunately the last part, or the last best picture we got. So Poison Ivy's in jail, and Mr. Freeze, he's sent back to jail, but they're in the same cell. You know, might as well keep two supervillains in the same cell. Seems legit. Also, Mr. Freeze has his suit for some reason. He didn't have his suit last time he was in jail, but now he's got a suit, so he's super strong or whatever. And he's with Poison Ivy, who she's got superpowers and stuff, you know? So two supervillains in the same cell. They definitely don't have the ability to break out if they wanted to. I mean, Mr. Freeze, yeah, he's saying, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. He's saying that to Poison Ivy because obviously he's mad that she tried to kill his wife. But if they're in prison, so they're gonna be in there a long time. If they ever settle their differences, they could definitely not break out in 3 seconds. You know, good. I don't know. That's it for my presentation. Thank you. I've been talking for like 45 minutes now almost, so that's almost half the movie. But hey, that's all right. This movie, I'll give it a solid. It's better than the Addison Rae movie, but worse than the Olivia Rodrigo album. And then Mr. Bean's Holiday is on top of Olivia Rodrigo's album. So it goes Mr. Bean's Holiday, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo, Batman and Robin, then bottom of the list, He's All That, or I think that's what it's called, not by Addison Rae, but her. Yeah, that's my list of things I've reviewed and how good they are compared to each other.